But the biggest problem that people have, it fails to recognize the big problem that a lot of people have and useful tools to make core exercises for back pain better, is that number one, people suck engaging the core. They're not very good at it. They can't do it effectively. They don't even know if they're doing it. And number two, they can't control their spine very well, and they're not very good at knowing if their spine is moving. So when you're on all fours doing the bird dog, you don't have any way of getting extra information. Whereas when we are doing, for example, when we're doing the dead bug, they're doing fundamentally the same thing. So one of the big things when we're doing the dead bug, for example, is we say you have your hands on your waist. Why? Because one of the failures when we're doing the dead bug is that the back arches. You can tell the back arches because the person didn't control their core. You can also see this because the tummy raises when their back comes out. You can see that they've lost the engagement. If they have their hands on their waist here, they can feel the tummy rising as well. When you have a back injury, you are not very good at feeling what is going on because you've damaged the tissues that have that proprioception in them. Very, very common. And we could make the statement that you probably had a poor awareness of that area beforehand. So having extra sensors via way of your hands pressing on your tummy to feel if you're losing core engagement helps. When it comes to the back arching, a lot of people can't feel the back moving either. So we say use a small rolled up towel. You'll notice I've rolled this halfway. What the towel is doing is just filling the gap between my lower back and the floor. And so when I do this, I can feel if I'm incorrectly doing a pelvic tilt, I feel my whole back pressing into the towel and I know I've done something wrong. Equally, if I feel my back's arched, I can feel the pressure of my back on the towel decreases. So I know I've done something wrong. When you start executing this with this stuff, with patients in the real world and having to help them online, you realize that you need ways of helping someone help themselves by creating extra sensors, by creating extra bits of mechanism for feedback. It helps the person bridge the gap between their inability to feel things and being able to execute correct form and know if they're doing it right or wrong. But it just is so much more helpful for people to work through it themselves with extra sensors like I've discussed. And so that's why it's a better exercise. That's what your rehab needs to have. It needs to have the ability to make it even more helpful for you to get feedback on whether you're doing it right or wrong.